Yo, what it do, YouTube? It is your boy Colts Struggles. We are back with a new video today. But before I get into it, I also thank everyone or Happy New Year's. If you want to let me know your resolutions in the comment section, go ahead and let me know. If you are new, hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. Turn on the notice to know when I'm going live. And let's hop into the video. So today's video, as you can see from the title, it is who do we blame for the Colts struggle in key games? Now, some people are on the verge of having a lot of people to blame for these current problems. Some people blame the NFL referees and officiating due to those penalties that they call when they don't even make sense. Some people blame Rockison sometimes when he's going up against key players and he's not disciplined at moments. That was currently during this season. Sometimes most people blame Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers throwing motion and his arms sometimes to not hit certain targets. They get the quarterback blame. We get offensive line blame for their blocking ability, and that's what's not holding up long enough for our run game. And most of all, most people go for the blame of the game plan. The game plan, in certain games are just non-existent, and some people wonder what is going on with the game plan because it looks so good at the beginning, and then at a flash of a second out of nowhere, it feels like they don't even know what they're doing anymore. The game plan is just gone out the window, and no one knows what the heck is going on with the Colts and why do they seem not to be able to move the ball down the field. So, in my case, what I'm going to go with, what's the reason or why the Colts struggle in key games is due to game plan. Now, I know some people might have more than one option of why the Colts struggle, but that's okay. You guys can let me know in the comment section who do you think and what is the reason of why the Colts struggles in key games. But in my case, it's definitely come down to game plan. You have a game plan when the slogan in Indy is to run the football. That is the slogan that goes around Colts organization, Colts fans. Everyone knows that the Colts are going to run the football. We have too much talent on the roster. Even if we're lacking depth at the offensive line, we still have too much talent to be able not to run the football the half of the game and to be able to manage the clock and the hold to score with the talent that we have. Now I feel like, back in the day there was a few teams that had this type of motto of running the football and still was able to pass the football as well. You look at a team like the San Francisco 49ers, where that defense was pretty much lights out and their offense was surrounded by the run game. And they had a QB in Jimmy Garoppolo, who wasn't really the best QB out there, but he was able to manage the game. Now, of course, they didn't win a Super Bowl with it, but that's pretty much like a Super Bowl winning game plan. You have a good run game, you have a quarterback that can manage the football and throw it when he needs to, and you have a lights out defense. Who can stop that? I would love to know what can stop that type of game plan. And that's the game plan we have in Indy, but the problem is we run away from the game plan, and that leads to us looking lost out there with no identity on the field. So the game plan is definitely, in my opinion, the biggest issue of why the Colts struggle in key games, and it has nothing to do with the quarterback, even though he does make mistakes, but that's everybody. It comes down to the offensive line. They make mistakes, but you pretty much cannot block the whole game. You're going to get tired eventually. Some people blame the defense. The defense is suspect at times. It really is due to that 4-3 zone. The defense definitely gets shredded when they're not supposed to, but it relies on the pressure of the defense of why the defense gets dotted up like that, because the pressure doesn't get to the opposing quarterback. So the defense and the 4-3 zone is definitely another reason. The wide receiver core, most people say we don't have a number one wide receiver, so that's why it looks like we struggle a lot on offense, because we don't have a deep threat talent like that true number one receiver, which is acceptable, and I understand that as well. Well, sometimes we beat good teams like the Baltimore Ravens game, for example. You pull Jonathan Taylor out the game after one fumble, and the whole game plan goes out the window. So now you're just looking lost on offense because Jonathan Taylor was going to be that go-to guy to play Baltimore, but he gets pulled after the one rookie fumble that he has, and now you're stuck with two running backs that's not the real number one running back, and you're switching from the run game to the throwing game now, and Baltimore's defense was playing lights out, so they pretty much knew what we were going to do anyway. So I feel like it comes down to game plan of why we struggle in key games this season, and it's going to be a big problem on Sunday. If we do not have a game plan and an identity on Sunday, we will lose to the Jacksonville Jaguars. But you guys let me know in the comment section, what do you think is the reason the Colts struggle in key games and why? And until next time, this is Colts Talk signing out. Peace.